How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Cardano update. And it really is not the sort of video that I want to be making for the ADA holders out there. Unfortunately, we're starting to see some bearish signals forming, and this is now being confirmed with the loss of this key level of support. We've been ranging in this for the last couple of weeks, and I've told you that the primary path is bearish, but of course, I'm showing to the holders how ADA recovers this bearish path, turns it back bullish, and that would be by holding this key level support, taking out all the moving averages, invalidating the bearish crosses, and then pumping up to this previous high where the liquidation event began from. And we would only start to see characteristic changes that this is bullish if this high is broken. So there's many steps that Cardano needed to have taken from this key level of support. And there were some attempts at losing that support here on the Friday 17th of October, as well as here 22nd of October. It actually pumped from here thanks to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin didn't pump long enough for the altcoins to sustain a pump. That is why over the past few weeks I've been saying this is a relief rally, and please understand the terminology and language that I'm using. The reason why I'm saying relief rally is that we don't know if this is going to sustain because Bitcoin needs to recover certain key areas, 118K to be exact, and without doing so, that is why the language I'm using, terminology I'm using is relief rally, because just a fake pump back into key levels of resistance before continuation lower. My warnings, of course, have played out. And again, I was saying all the way through those videos that my primary path, is bearish, thanks to the loss of all the moving averages, the confirmations through the bearish crosses, and any attempt at moving back up just getting rejected at a lower and lower high. You've also broken down out of this bearish head and shoulders pattern. So everything's bearish, essentially. It's only going to sort this mess out with the help of Bitcoin pumping from 107K and recovering 118K. Without doing so, the market is going to continue bleeding. The opportunity that it had to flip bullish is now passing with this support being lost. And that is exactly why I said at the beginning, it's not the sort of update that I want to be making, because there's going to be people getting angry and saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Literally what I've been saying over every single day the past few weeks is exactly right, that the market is bearish, that we're expecting lower. But of course, I will always provide the bullish path and how it turns bullish again. And you can argue the same thing down from here. If it recovers this support, that with the help of Bitcoin, it needs to recover the moving averages and then that high. But can you see now there's one more step added to it? Wouldn't it just mean that it's that much harder to actually recover when you would say it was better positioned with less resistances to recover just here? Now you got another one as well. It makes it more likely that it's just going to pump into here and reject and continue lower. We really need to see the 2025 support hold up here at 51 cents. Otherwise, there's nothing bullish on this chart. The whole entire year so far has spent creating a bullish pattern, a bullish inverse head and shoulders pattern, with this being the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. But if we lose this key level of support, it's completely thrown out the window. We were very close to breaking out bullish right over here until the liquidation event happened and completely changed absolutely everything. And you all need to understand that and change with the times. People don't like change, but this is the reality. I really don't care what the project does fundamentally and all the partnerships that it has. I've seen many projects with incredible partnerships fail year on year. Now, yes, Cardano has survived throughout cycles, so it's a bit of a different situation. It's more of a blue chip token. But the argument here is that you've put money in to make your dollars bring more dollars. You don't want your dollars to go down and have less than before. And it doesn't matter what the project is doing fundamentally or the partnerships that it has. All that matters is the chart. I'm telling you now that it's bearish, and I have been saying so for a good while, and it's just continued bleeding down lower. So if 51 cents is lost, it's game over for this bullish bias, for this potential bullish reversal. Because technically speaking, yes, it can still reverse. I'm just keep reiterating that each support that is lost is just making it that much harder to recover. But technically speaking, so long as 51 cents holds, yes, it does have every right to recover, as this low would still be holding up. This low would technically be higher than the previous. but we still got the lower highs, right? And we're not changing that trend. In the immediate short term, looking from here, we are going lower and lower and lower. But from the lowest point of 2025, we're still higher than that. So yes, you have the chance to reverse and break out of this bullish pattern. It will take you to $2 if it were to play out. But without breaking the neckline, without recovering all those key levels, $2 is never happening, guys. Even $87 cents is never happening, as long as the moving averages stay as a bearish cross, because any pump should just get rejected. And you're seeing that once we had the liquidation event, people were getting very excited the following days, because as you can see, there was a 10 and 4% pump the following day. So a 15% pump 2 days after the liquidation event, but it just found resistance under the key level it needed to recover, bled down lower, Bitcoin pumped and gave Cardano an alternate opportunity to pump back up to the highs. It failed to take it, and now it's losing the range low. It's had its bullish opportunities, it's not taking it, and now with a level lower, you got one more level of resistance to recover and flip back into support, making that journey back up much harder. But please do understand, but if Bitcoin starts pumping from here and recovers 118K, I really do believe Cardano could start its journey back up to the moving averages at least, and let's see if it can take it out at that point. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'll be here to update it as it develops. If you wanted to learn my strategy, use the links down below. Take action on this 30% discount while it lasts until Friday the 7th of November. This can be applied to my Discord, ebook, or one-to-one mentorship plans. So check them out, and I'll see you over there.